Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to Radio Free Wall Street. You know what the nice thing about doing your own radio show is? You can do whatever the hell you want. I don't have to kiss a producer's ass. I don't give a shit if Stormy Weather wants to run it or not. I don't give a shit if it's political correct. They can kiss my ass. I can curse. I can call assholes assholes. And I've been doing this for 20 years. And I'm never going to have big ratings. Don't want it. I'm never going to do a TV interview show, and I don't really give a shit if you like what I say or you listen to it or not. Okay? I do this for me. And, well, you two, the ones that are smart. And the reason why I haven't been doing the show lately is we're making lots of money in terms of millions for our people who are with us and taking money from assholes on Wall Street. And it is so nice, mutual funds. Retiree savings, they want to thank you for your contribution. And you'll be giving us a lot more of your money because you are stupid. And is that an insult? Insult intended. I magnify it. I get pissed off, smash your TV, radio. Don't ever listen to broadcast again because I don't care. You can kiss my ass. This is about my desperate attempt to save you. And I've decided some people just aren't worth saving. I have come to the conclusion that a loser, boozer, drug user, stupid is stupid, and you give a dumb sumbitch $1 million. You seem like the people who win those pinball scratch card lotteries. Now they're talking about $1 billion. Those assholes have nothing in 10 years. They will have nothing. They won't even have a good time. Okay, they'll be so looted out they won't even know what happened. And I realize that stupid people just don't do well in this world, and smart people do well. And like I said to you many times, God's favorite color is stupid. Now, you stupid assholes have elected the dumbest friggin' piece of shit, god-awful, whoremonger, dictator, simpleton, asshole president ever, okay? And it'll be a great day when he's taken out of office, and maybe you can save your empire, but I doubt it because you're all has-beens. Done. You're done. You want to live behind razor wire? You want to let this asshole make an asshole out of you? And the latest thing is the Caravan. Oh, no! The Caravan's coming to get me! Ah! Not the Caravan. You believe that shit. A few thousand desperately poor people, mostly women and children, a few guys, okay, want to come and scrub your toilet. They want to pluck your chickens. They want to dig your ditches. They want to clean out your septic tank. They want to do all the dirty, rotten jobs that you don't want to do, or the people who are doing are criminals that want to come back in the night and slit your throat, okay? That's what they don't tell you. And the reason why the employment report has been so good is that we've blocked these people from coming to America, and that means that those jobs have gone to go to other people, mostly prisoners, mostly people on welfare, mostly gang bastards and vile people. The poor little Latino worker is not your enemy. And the reality is that they just want to come and take the lowest paying jobs. And within 2 years, they're paying taxes. And they're buying houses. And they're shopping at Walmart. And they're sending the money back to Mexico. And they are not drug dealers. They're not gang members. That's all of the myth. Just like saying all Italians were in the mafia. And all Irishmen were gangbangers, okay? It's just not so, okay? And all Chinese were part of Asian cartels. It's just not so, okay? Crime rate in America has been declining. But you're going to have this asshole make an asshole out of you. Go, oh, my God, the Caravan's coming. They're full of rapists and thieves and murderers. And Donald freaking Trump's going to stop them. You know what you need to worry about? You don't need to worry about the gang. You need to worry about Kushner. You need to worry about the Saudi prince, the salamander. You need to worry about Putin and Donald Trump's friends. That's what you need to worry about. These poor little Mexicans, the people from Honduras, they wish you no harm. They just want something to eat. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Despite all of Donald Trump's bullshit and blow and go, he's making an asshole out of you, he's going to put you into a depression, and I'm going to get your money, and I want to thank you for it. Okay? Now, see, this goes two ways. I'll show you how to get rich, or you make a donation to me. Choose which one, because it's one or the other. You can't have it both ways. And, yeah, the only voice of honesty and reason left out there. Sorry, that's just how the world works. Reality is that Donald Trump needs... because his recent polling is showing that he's going to lose a Congress. The best thing that can happen, and I have never voted Democrat in my life, I've never been a lefty, the best thing that happens is we rise up and throw this son of a bitch out of office. And I don't care in how many pieces we throw him out of office. The President of the United States needs to go. You need to impeach him. You need to get him out, or you need to dismantle him piece by piece by piece and do it while you can, because if you don't, you're not going to have a country left, you're not going to have freedoms left. So as he gets more desperate in the polls, you hear more bullshit. Oh, yeah, Donald Trump wants to have a middle-class tax break. You remember the last one, tax break for billionaires? Well, this one's really going to be good. Of course, you can't get anything done. It's never going to happen. But as the polling gets worse, Donald Trump gets crazier and crazier and crazier, and you are in big trouble. His latest now is that this caravan of a few thousand people are coming to invade the United States of America and ply their evil trade. Nothing further from the truth. As I've often pointed out to you over and over again, you are going to see millions of desperately poor people who will be armed attacking the border. And the Army, Navy, and the Marines will not save you, okay? The wall will not help. And this will become a desperate tragedy. Why? It is cheaper to feed them than kill them. Let a few thousand in. Give them work permits. Vet them. Fingerprint them. ID them. And do your freaking job, okay? Let them pick the asparagus. Let them take the jobs. I know farmers right now who are plowing crops under the fields because they can't find any workers. And the bureaucracy led by Donald Trump is making it difficult. Why? Donald Trump's a Nazi. I mean, we're talking about a blonde hair, blue-eyed, Heil Hitler Nazi. And if you ain't blonde hair, blue-eyed Aryan, he hates you too. He just hasn't got around to you yet. Now, right now, he's after the blacks, females, and the poor Latinos. Reality is Donald Trump's destroying America. Reality is that we had a wink and a nod, which is an acceptable immigration policy, for decades. Okay, under the Bush administration, under Clinton, and that was how things were done. Now, to suppose that we can ignore 100 million poor people south of our border is asinine and stupid. To think that you're going to build a wall and keep them out, no wall has ever worked, okay? As they're building the walls, these kids are jumping over them, okay? Look at them. Look at the children. Think about your ancestors who were the huddled poor of Europe who came the same way, you asshole. You asshole. Now you're a pompous prick. You're a real cool dude. You got yourself an SUV 4x4, and you got a doctor or some shit by your name. You ain't shit. Okay? You were built on a sacrifice of your forefathers who came here in belching in a soot-filled, smoky dungeon of a boat, barfing their way across the ocean. They didn't tell you how much they suffered here, okay? And so you'd have a nice life. You forgot where you came from. And let me tell you, when you forget who brought you to the party, that means you go home alone. And the reality is that Americans should hang their head in shame by letting this blonde Nazi piece of shit president oppress so many people in so many ways in so many parts of the world. America great again? A pig's ass. You want to work in a Chevy factory, slapping on shock absorber, you call that greatness? You want to be in a coal mine, you call that greatness? Well, let this bullshit asshole talk you into that stupid shit. America became a great trading nation. People worked as slaves to provide us with inexpensive goods. America became the greatest trading nation, and we didn't have to make it here. Okay, we made it there. Well, you know what? We make the profits. So let this stupid asshole make a freaking idiot out of you and destroy your life and see how nice it's going to be. Okay, businesses are suffering horribly. Costs are going higher and higher. You're going to add another $10,000 to your pickup truck? You can afford it? You can't afford to buy a house now. Can your kids afford to buy a house? Let's talk straight shit. You're a great red-blooded American, and by God, you're part of it. Can your daughters and sons afford a house? Or do you have to help them out? Do they have a job where they can pay their bills? Are they going to live better than you? Let's wake up and smell the coffee and stop letting this asshole make a fool out of you. The best thing you can do with the caravan right now is say, okay, we're going to accept 100,000 people the next 6 months. Go to the American Embassy in your country and fill out the application. And vet them quickly and bring them in. Okay? And let them bring in their families. And you watch them, and you catalog them, and you DNA them. They ain't going to pull no bullshit. Okay? Listen to me. You talk to anyone besides some right-wing asshole Nazi Ku Klux Klan factory worker that never provided, barely provided for his family and his children, never mind providing jobs to anyone else. Talk to the people who are employers. Talk to people who own businesses. Talk to the real people, not these corporate assholes and not these reactionary Nazi sons of bitches, and ask them what it's like to employ out there. Okay? Ask them what their experiences are with these workers. And they will tell you to the man, they don't want any trouble. They don't want to get in a fight at a discotheque. They don't want the police coming to their house, and they work their asses off, and they're so grateful to get a job, and they have a great big pot, and they throw some beans in there every once in a while, some tortillas, make it in there, a little piece of meat, and they send the money back to Mexico and Honduras and Guatemala, and they are the safety valve. And the Germans do the same thing with the Turks. The English do the same thing with the Polish, okay? So don't kid yourself. Don't buy into this Nazi bullshit of this president who's not going to be president much longer, okay? This is a disgrace that's going on here. These people that are marching the caravan, they're not armed. They're victims. They're victims of the drug dealer that maybe you paid for when you bought your shit from the little drug dealer. You're getting stoned, you go down to your drug dealer, okay? Well, guess what? You're the one that's providing the money for the guns. You're the one that's providing the cartels with the personnel and the private armies. You're the one that's paying for and subsidizing the murderers. Not the little dishwasher lady. Not the little guy that wants to cut your grass, okay? You. You're getting stoned? You're getting high? You're buying drugs on the black market? Well, it's you that are fostering that. So let's talk straight. If Americans weren't so hopelessly addicted to heroin, to coke, to marijuana, to hashish, to crank and all the drugs that come across the border, there would be no business, there would be no market, there would be no cartel, there would be no violence. It's subsidized by you. Now, these people are coming for a job. They want the American dream just like your ancestors did. Maybe you forgot where the hell you came from. Maybe you ought to go to one of those, little research lands and, type in your family name and find out how desperately poor, and how majority of your people came here illegally, and how desperately poor they were. And why don't you find out what their real jobs were? Because you might be a doctor or a lawyer or a businessman. They sure as shit were not. Most of them couldn't speak the language, okay? They came to America with a dream. And America honored that. And they got a chance for an education. And they got a chance to go as far as their hard work would take them. Now tell me, what in the hell is wrong with that? Because you know what? Most of your kids don't want to work. As you know, most of them are looted out in the basement, with playing video games. So reality is that we need workers. We need the next generation of entrepreneurs. We need a little guy with a tortilla wagon, okay, selling tamales on the side of the road. We need the guy that starts a little pool company. We need the guy that paints houses and does lawns, okay? And out of that comes college education. Out of that comes board of directors. Out of there comes bankers and business people. Out of there comes a great growing economy. You can grow your economy on the backs of immigrants who are desperate for a job and desperate for a taste of freedom, or you can destroy your country with a Nazi piece of shit like Donald Trump. When the story is told with Donald Trump, he's the biggest disaster. The budget deficit is soaring, and we're not getting anything, and you're not getting anything. We're not making America great again. It's funny about the military, how we're making military great again. Let me tell you something. I know a lot of high-ranking people in the military. They hate his freaking guts. They think everything he touches is a mess, from Afghanistan to his policies in Central America. They know he's full of shit in China. They know he's full of shit with Kim Jong-nunchucks. They super know he's full of shit with Russia. And you know what? The honorable people in uniform are keeping their mouths shut. And you know what they're doing? They're praying every day that Donald Trump goes. They're praying every day that a sane person comes. As far as our trade partners like the Canadians, the Mexicans, the Europeans, the people who loved and respected America, the people who got their freedom back because of America, you know what they say to me? No president's forever, thank God, and they're going to wait out Donald Trump. Just wait for this blight on America to leave. Wait for this evil man to self-destruct and hope we can clean up the damage. That's all. That's all. He's looking to get elected. He don't give a shit about arms. He don't give a shit about the military. He don't give a shit about making America great again. This is all about his grab for power. Figure it out. The Saudis, with that hit they've done on the newspaper reporter, that is a crime. And they should be sanctioned and punished. And Donald Trump is wiggling and waggling any way he can. So it was rogue. It was a rogue. It was a rogue. This is an asshole, okay? The Saudis, if they didn't think they had Donald Trump in their back pocket, wouldn't do it. And the reality is, about the $100 billion in arms they keep throwing around, Saudis have not spent $100 billion. They have made contracts for $17 billion, and they've only paid a portion of that. Okay, so don't let these guys make an asshole out of you every single day of your life. Don't let these rallies with this race baiting and this hatred sway you, okay? It's incredible how fast he can reduce you to a loser. It's incredible how fast he can instill in you racial hatred. America was a melting pot. Hello? People come from every damn where. And they come to America in the shadows of freedom, in liberty, in an entrepreneurial system, and a chance to make themselves great. And guess what? When they make themselves great, they do make America great again. Nobody got great working on a shithole factory floor doing repetitive labor. Nobody ever got great working in a coal mine. I've been there to Appalachia, and you ought to see the stink, shit, sick people in their beds with black lung disease, okay, and there are thousands of them. Okay, I've been to the steel mills, okay, and there's nobody great there. There's nothing great about steel fairness. Okay, now, I've been to Silicon Valley. I see great. I've been in the medical centers. I see great. I've been to the research and development places. I see great. I've seen entrepreneurs that are shaping the internet, shaping digital communication, bringing us in all these bountiful apps. That's great. Donald Trump, there's nothing great about the piece of shit hotels and the New York real estate he sold at ridiculously high prices. There's nothing great about laundering money for the Russian mob and helping them get themselves established in America. There's nothing great about anything Donald Trump did anywhere, anytime, any place. His presidency has been the biggest disaster you've ever seen, and the sooner we can be rid of him, the better. And guess what? Now here's a wake-up call for you. I'll give a shit. You love Donald Trump? Well, go kiss his blonde ass, okay? Go there and with his body language, with his arms folded over his shoulders, okay? Go with his spike dagger signature. And you know what? You ain't going to have shit. You know why? Donald Trump is aiding and abetting the investment bankers, the whores of Wall Street, take everything you own. By the time Donald Trump is done with you, you're going to have nothing, and you live in a tent. And by the way, we have a new program. I didn't tell you about that? Yeah, well, we have our Billionaires Club. And those are people who've been with me many years, and we are cashing in as Donald Trump's cashed out. We're cashing in as the stock market collapses. We're cashing in as the economy goes into depression. And we've made a pledge. We've decided that for every mansion we buy, every house, every yacht, every exotic sports car, we're going to make a donation. And we're going to do the housing for the baby boomers. And the baby boomers that went with Goldman Sachs, the baby boomers that went with Blackstone, the baby boomers that went with all of the high-yield retirement savings accounts. Well, as they're wiped out and they get nothing, we're going to hand out tents. So when we buy a mansion, I'm going to get a nice little tent, inner lining, one of the nice ones, right? Inner lining tent. And we're going to donate it to a baby boomer so have a place to stay. We're going to use caravans and say, here, come live in this. And that way, it's like kind of like we got the idea from this guy that builds these little Mexican shoes. And when he builds a pair and sells a retail, he gives a pair to poor people. I thought, what a great idea. So don't worry. You can, by the way, you can send your name in and tell me how rich you are and how much money you got in your high-yield Fidelity account and how much you're going to make in pimp company and see what you walk away with, and we'll keep your name on file. And when you go broke, you contact us, and we'll make arrangements for one of our Billionaire Club members to send you a tent, maybe some cans of food, maybe some warm clothing and blankets, and you can live out your retirement days in a tent, because that's all you're going to have the money for. You ain't going to have no Social Security. You ain't going to have no social benefits. You're not going to have no Medicaid and Medicare. That's gone. Donald Trump has created a budget crisis that America cannot climb out of. He has gotten $2 trillion of money we desperately needed. That was tax due America. Okay, it was money due America, and he told the billionaires, take the money, take it, do what you want with it. And they did not make America great again. They did not pay more money in wages. They did not open up factories. They had the biggest stock buyback ever. They had the biggest liquidation of shares of stock by corporate insiders ever. And they've left what will be a $2 trillion hole in the budget. And no, they did not start new businesses. No, the Laffer curve, that bullshit, idiot shit you believe. Well, think about all the stupid shit he's told you. Okay? There's no tax increases. There's no businesses. Businesses are running from America wholesale. Oh, by the way, on the tax bill, did you realize that if you open up a foreign division, that money comes back 100% tax-free for your foreign investment? Yeah, didn't he tell you that shit? It's amazing. So you've let this clown make an asshole of you. Now the elections are coming, and thank God, a lot of you are probably too stupid to understand it, but the smart ones understand it. We need to get rid of this son of a bitch. I would put up with Pelosi for another 8 years. I would put up with Hillary, I can't even believe I'm saying it, to get rid of this sorry-ass son of a bitch, because he is destroying the country. And no, people say, well, at least he's better than Hillary. I thought so too, but I no longer believe that, okay? This is the devil himself. I wouldn't be surprised if the 3 6s tattooed on his head. I would be surprised if he gets wounded in his head and recovers. This guy is capable of being the last American president, the first American dictator. The mark of the beast, all the prophecies of Revelation, I can see it all surrounding this asshole. What an evil, dirty, nasty son of a bitch. The destruction of America is final. Now, when you see those people on the bridges, and you say he threatens to send the army against women and children that want to come to the border for asylum. By the way, under us, here's one for you. We have asylum laws, okay, like most great countries. If Latin American people suffering under drug dealers and dictatorship are not eligible for asylum, then there's no such thing as asylum. Anyone that can make it to the border should be granted asylum. The gangs are devastating them and their children. They can't work. They can't have money. They can't wear a simple little $5 gold-plated chain without it ripped off their neck. Okay? You don't understand. The asylum laws do apply. These people should have a right to seek asylum, and they should be vetted into America. And listen, guys, you're 300 million people. Okay? What is 3 million asylum seekers? That's the kind of numbers you're talking about. 5 million. What's 10 million? Against 300 million, it is nothing. What is it when you make sure they're vetted and sponsored? Make sure that they've got work. Check on them. Make sure that their background is not one of gangs. You know what you'll do? You'll create the most loyalist, hardworking people you can imagine. And that's what you need in America right now. And they'll take any job. They'll do anything. And you know what they want? They want to live free. They don't want to have to be raped. They don't want to have the daughters taken from them. She's too pretty for a gang. They don't want their children cut up in pieces. They don't want them forced to be in drug cartels. They want to scrub your floors and wash your dishes and dig the turds out of your ass in the nursing home because you're going to end up in one. And we need them, and they need us. And we are a great country. We have law enforcement up the ass, so get them to do their jobs. We have embassies in all these countries. We have connections to the police forces. We can vet these people. We can find out who they are. I hired them by the thousands. And they were respectful. They were hardworking, and they were appreciative like you cannot believe. So all this bullshit that you're hearing is nothing but race baiting by a piece of shit, by the way, who built his Trump towers with these same people. And by the way, he didn't bother paying them in the end. So wake up and smell the coffee. This guy's making an asshole out of you. And I just had to speak up. Now, there are some changes around here because we're now all about the money, okay? It is now our turn to switch. We are going into a Great Depression and recession. I'll give a shit if you buy it or not. I mean, you want to get blue sky up your ass? Well, go contact a Gore or one of those other assholes and have him tell you, yeah, it's time to buy gold again, and fall for that shit. Those of you know how we cash in these things know it's time to cash in. So I'm not going to have time to hold your hand with Radio Free Wall Street. I'm toying with the idea of discontinuing the webcasts. We've always given it away for free. We've done it for 30 years. And so I'm wrestling with it because it's kind of like an old friend. But I haven't been able to do it. So I no longer write financial newsletters. Those days are done. Too many assholes writing financial newsletters. I'm sick and tired of me making great trades and have some asshole that never did a trade, was a washed out senior minor 8% of your fund manager take claims for what I did, what they didn't do, and the people too stupid fall into that. I'm not even going to compete. You can have all the newsletter assholes there is. We're done. Okay. We are going to our terminal service. We are going to our sophisticated analysis and tools. And this is about making sophisticated people millionaires, and that isn't a mass market item. That's not the business I'm in. So I will try to do Radio Wall Street when I can. We're just not going to post it. We'll maintain the websites, but it's not going to be the labor of love daily. We are going to do our daily information services to our people. And what we're all about right now is cashing in as America's cashed out. Cashing in as Donald Trump reduces America to poverty. And saving a select group of intelligent people. So if I'm calling you stupid, I mean it. Please get pissed off. Get out of my life. I'm out of your life. And go on your way with my blessings, okay? For those of you smart enough to understand, this is the greatest money-making opportunity. Welcome, brother. Let me show you how to do it for real. Not bullshit. Not profits that are crap. Not, I've been subscribing. I made trillions. Okay? It's unbelievable what's going on out there. Okay? You guys are with me, know the kind of money we're making. And you know the kind of trades we're doing. And you know how hot we are. The guys that don't believe it, kiss my ass goodbye. Goodbye. Bye, bye, bye. I invite you, please, kiss my ass. Leave my life. I am tired of it. I'm tired of assholes. I'm tired of stupid people. I'm tired of people who want to make money. I don't know. I'm afraid. Well, okay, you're afraid? Have Donald Trump. He's the one that's causing your fear. He's going to offer you a solution, okay? For people who are serious, the time has come. For people who know what they're doing and need my guidance, I'm here for you. It is time to cash in as America's cashed out. Now, I'm going to tell you something right now. As we get the last 2 weeks of the home stretch of this thing, Donald Trump's getting more desperate, more promises. The Caravan wasn't paid for by George Soros. It was paid for by Trump and Associates. Why? Look, they're attacking America. Let's machine gun them down. You really want to mow down women and children? A few thousand want to come clean your toilets? I mean, we already arrested them. We've already, by the way, broken up families, shattered lives. Kids are being put up for adoption. They'll never see their parents again. This is the America you want to have something to do with? This is Nazi shit. This is right out of Adolf Hitler's playbook. That's who you fell for, okay? This piece of shit is making me ashamed of America and everything it's accomplished. You know, the end never justifies the means, and Donald Trump's evilness is turning everything good America did into evil, making us the enemy of the world. In fact, people say to me, isn't it a shame what America's becoming? Go, yeah. How fragile democracy is, how fragile it is to be honorable, how fragile it is to be honest and do the right thing, and how fast a piece of shit can come along and reduce all of America's greatness to nothing. America is a great empire. We never marched into a country where we took it over, okay? Gave it back to them. We stayed there in many cases, decades, defending them, okay? South Korea is a miracle of America and our policies. Japan is a symbol of America and our great policies. Germany and Europe, we recovered them. We established their factories. We established their industries. We brought them back from the brink of destruction, and we left. Thank you. Have a nice life. And God rewarded us abundantly. In 4 years, one piece of shit is reducing all that to nothing. In 4 years, one stupid-ass piece of shit is destroying our industries, destroying our real industries, not our goddamn coal mines. How stupid can... And do you believe that shit? If you believe that coals will be great again, and you believe that shit, then please get out of my life, because you're a congenital freaking idiot. You believe that shit? You actually believe that a steel mill is going to create greatness? Please go take whatever pills you're taking, your Lipticor, jump off the bridge, stay in your fog, and live out your days poor. If you realize this is total bullshit, and the people we should be supporting America are the entrepreneurs. We should be supporting the people that are building the great electronic infrastructure. It's so many great inventions coming down the stream. 5G's coming. We are going to hook everything up to a computer. We're going to wire the planet. That's a good thing. Okay? It's a good thing. And great things will come of it. We'll become the world's biggest retailers on the Internet. We can do such great things, but now you got Donald Trump. What? Hang your head in shame. You voted for him? Okay, you got fooled. But you still support him at this stage with what you've seen? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. God will punish you severely. I believe in God. I believe he intervenes in the affair of men. And I believe God is really unhappy. And I heard the preacher come up and say how Saudi Arabia butchering a newspaper reporter is no big deal because we need the Saudi business. We don't need the business. We don't need the business dictators. Kiss your ass, take it. Your oil? I just think we should simply, you know what? You're right. Nuke the Saudi fields and make sure for 10,000 years nobody can go within 100 miles of them. And we'll start a Manhattan Project. And let me tell you, if America started a Manhattan Project, for $1,000 a car on a government subsidy, we put every car on natural gas in America, put in the station. 6 months, we have the whole fleet converted. And we open up all the ports and all of the pipelines and open up all the lands for fracking. You know what? 6 months. You wouldn't even know Saudi Arabia existed. Okay, and that's what we need. Are you going to get that from Donald Trump? No. What are you going to get, coal? You're going to attack the poor immigrants? And another thing as far as the immigrant situation, and listen to me carefully, These people are not going away. They're having 5, 6, 7, 8 kids. They're getting desperate and they're getting poorer. And they're going to come to get you. Now, right now, at this moment, these are not violent people, okay? They really are not. At this moment, they have no evil intent. You keep this shit up, and you're going to have 10 million young, strong people at your southern border, and the Russians and Chinese will supply the weapons, and they'll come to get you, and you cannot defend against them. You know, for years, the CIA has warned about the millions and millions of poor people and talked about millions of people armed attacking our border, our underside, and you can't stop them. Why don't you wake up and smell the coffee? Give them a job. Give them residency. Give them hope for a future. Give them a piece of the American dream like your forefathers had. And watch the great things. Or give them Donald Trump, and he'll reduce you to poverty, and he will be taken out of office screaming, wagging his tail, okay, ranting and out of control. This is the saddest day America's ever seen, the saddest president we've ever seen. And you know what the hell of it is? American people are supposed to be smart, and you can't see it. Oh, my God.